all that they were sorry they couldn't be here, and they're glad that you all came and shared the day with Mother. And in case you don't know, Karen broke her leg a couple of years ago, and it didn't heal right, and that's why she has a limp. Now she has broken the other leg, and she's been having to use a scooter, and she's having a hard time. So that's why they're not here, because of all that. But, Mother, would you like to say a few words?
I never like being able to say a few words.
All right. Go on.
Usually I do appreciate every one of you braving this awful cold weather and coming to see me. And it's the funniest thing when my former students call each other, they say, "Is Mrs. Rainwater still alive?" The doctor said yes. "Well, is she wrinkled like an old prune?" And the second question they ask is, "Well, does she have her own memory now?" Well, I'm glad to report that 2 doctors, I didn't ask for this information, but I went to my eye doctor the other day, and we were talking about having surgery. And he said, "You know, if I had to say how old I think you are, I'd say you're 75. Now, that didn't mean or I didn't ask for it. Well, a few days later, I had trouble. I had to go to another specialist, and never did I ask him all at once. He said, "You know, lady, I'm surprised that you're 103. He said, "I would have to swear if I had to tell how old I thought you were. I'd think you wasn't a bit older than 80. And I thought, well, by golly, I'm glad to hear that. And Linda here was telling me there's a lady in Tulsa that's 114, and I had been thinking I'd go to 105, but I've raised it to 150. And I love every one of you, and I have a written book on the history of the Sherrill family and a history of the Knott family, which is our lineages. Great big book that Loretta typed for me and I wrote. And if you want any information about anybody in those lineage, come down and you'll find it in this book."
Well, we have some new ones, and one of our newest members is little Brimley, that we think is just adorable. She came over last night, and to think there's over 100 years difference in the two, and they just hit it off. So we have the older generation and the younger generation and all of the in-between. Do you have something else? I'm sorry, I interrupted, Mother. Okay. Okay, Linda,
Yeah, I'll help you cut it. Or Wes, I'll see my sister.
Okay, I'll let you do that, because I'm not good at cutting cut.
Is it all one flavor or?